pro version for like 7 days. So let's see how this goes. So I think we're live. And yeah, if we are, welcome. This is our brand new first podcast from the Fore podcast, and like what, our 105th podcast, I believe, our first one live. This is kind of wild. I didn't honestly think it'd be kind of this easy to kind of get things going, but here we are. We're live on YouTube, and yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be nervous or what, dude, if people start popping in, but yeah. Really excited to try this new thing out, see if it works, see if we get anyone in here. But we got a lot of things to talk about. We haven't been able to get a podcast going in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, busy work, family, travel, all the above. And glad to get it in tonight because it's been a little while. There's been a lot of stuff that's been dropping. I mean, we can start from, what is it, chronological order. So like the previous stuff that we should have talked about the previous week, but we weren't able to. The Players Championship. Did you catch any of that? What's that, 2 weeks ago now? No.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I saw round. I saw the Thursday, Friday round. I didn't see anything over the weekend.
Okay. So, dude, I mean, I definitely watched a lot of that. And the one cool thing is my birthday is literally that weekend. Every single weekend. If my birthday is on the weekend, it's usually on that weekend. My birthday was on that Friday. And it was, I just love it. The Players Championship, a lot of stuff. They had the Content Creator Classic and things like that before that. I think we actually talked about that because it was the night before. But the tournament itself was great. I felt like the course played somewhat difficult. I think there was, I think, over 100 to 200 like water balls on 17. And I thought that, okay, the craziest part was JJ Spawn. Like this guy, you know, he apparently walked on to San Diego State. He's just like, I don't know what my potential is, but I just keep on playing more difficult, you know, like getting higher up and higher up in the leagues. Now he's obviously in the PGA Tour and he won an event, but like he's like, I don't know what my potential is. And I honestly didn't know that he walked on. But the crazy thing is the 3-shot, you know, or 3-hole playoff, dude. I thought that was wild. I got really lucky that the daughter woke up early. And I was like, oh, if I'm up, I'll watch it. You know, it's on a Monday at 6:30 a.m., you know, California time. And it was pretty crazy. I mean, yeah, I take it you didn't watch much or if any of that. Just, I mean, the timing is tough in California. But I will say it was wild on 17. Just watching him take that shot.
Well, I was gonna say, so I did. So obviously those 3 playoff holes got aired pretty consistently on social media. So I did see those.
Okay.
I will say one thing that, like, you know, I liked that I forget what that guy's name is from Barstool, but he was kind of breaking it down, you know, and when Rory hit that 9-iron, it was just perfect. There was a lot more wind, and even the way he hit it was kind of a knockdown, but it was
right.
I mean, he went at it.
Yep.
The wind helped him out, and when JJ hit that shot, you could see like the tops of the flags where the grandstands are at, just kind of like fell a little bit. And being that he hit an 8-iron, you know, he was expecting the wind, and it just wasn't there. And I mean, even he talked about it himself. He was like, I hit like 100 of those shots, and it was the number every time. So he's like, I can't be mad at myself. Like, I hit the shot exactly how I wanted. It just wasn't the result. But it's like, you know, I mean, again, like if that shot lands, I don't know if Rory wins.
Yeah, no, I know. It definitely makes things interesting. I know, like you're saying with that shot, like if you, I remember I was watching live, and he's just like so dumbfounded. Like it's like that moment where like you hit the perfect shot, and he was literally like, it's normal for us on the course with not on the PGA Tour to hit it well and be like, where'd it go? Like it was supposed to be right there, but like this guy knows his yardages to a T. You know, he knows if he peers it, what he's expecting. Especially he's practicing before the round with said, you know, wind. Okay, if I'm going to hit it this far with this much wind, this is probably how far it's going to go. If I hit this well, they know when they peer their shots. They know if they toe it, how far it's going to go. If they heel it, how far it's going to go. Things like that. And for him to literally, he was literally just like for like 10 seconds, like, where is it?
Yep.
Where'd it go? Like, there's no way it went over. Like, there's no way. Like, it should be on the green. Did it go in the hole? Like, no one's freaking out, but like, it's not on the green. Like, and that was one thing that I picked up with Brian Bros. He's like, the one thing that people don't realize is just like a lot of PJ Tour is just knowing all your shots, knowing where they go if you thin it, knowing where you go if you chunk it, knowing where it goes and you heal it. When you like every single yardage, you have that number in your head locked in. And he was definitely shook by it. And yeah, it's a good point. I feel like if he does put on the green, it definitely changes a lot of things. I think Rory birdied the first, and I think he parred the first. But he definitely didn't do himself any favors, even on the third hole. Like, he did not play well at all, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was rooting for him. I'm an underdog guy, but didn't roll his way that day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those ones where Rory played consistent, minimized his miss, right? Obviously, I mean, he took full advantage of that course with the way he was driving the ball. I think he was driving the ball probably the best I've seen him hit it in a while.
We played really well. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was the other thing. It was just everything was like excuse me, a smooth 80% shot, keeping it below the wind because the conditions were hard. It was like the greens were firm because it was windy. So hitting it was like the big bounce and then like the 2-hop stop, right? Yeah. He was flighting everything to hit the front, get that bite, keep it close. And I mean, his putter was just on. But I really don't think he wins that if JJ puts it on the green. Just my honest opinion. I think he blows it because of the pressure.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. The pressure definitely could have came on, but I mean, with JJ and how he had been playing, I don't think he helped. I mean, he would have definitely made it easier for Rory if, I mean, who's to say? I mean, it is interesting with how close the Masters is getting now, and that's the one major that Rory has missed out on, throughout his whole career, and that's like the white buffalo. Or is that the right term?
I don't think he makes the cut. I don't think he makes the cut.
No, you don't? Oh man, that's a bold.
Look at the weather. Look at the weather. It's gonna be windy again.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be tough.
Heck, I mean, I'm sure every time that Rory gets to the Masters, all like the betting sites are like, easy money. Just keep on betting Rory, baby. Keep on betting Rory.
This is gonna be one where either he upsets all of Las Vegas, or he just continues on his streak. But again, I think, I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. I mean, to be, what is it, over a decade now where he hasn't had a major, and all he needs this one to finish the Grand Slam is just like insane.
I mean, imagine finishing your career as successful as he was overall, but having 15, maybe 20 opportunities to win this tournament, and he just doesn't. That's got to be like so annoying.
I mean, even in his, I don't know, even in his prime, I mean, it's kind of hard to say like when was his prime because he's still playing really freaking good, for how strong he is and just how consistent he is. It's kind of hard to say he's not in his prime, but I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. I mean, I like Rory, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, bro, you've been in these situations time and time again. Just take a deep breath and do your thing. Like, the courses haven't changed, so you should have.
I forget who was it. I was watching one of the YouTube golf things, and he was like, someone was saying like the longer there's a pro, Lee Trevino. He goes, what's the point of just staring at your putt? Like, you're just gonna overthink it anyway. Like, just get up there and hit it. Once you have the line, hit it. Who was that? Who said that? It was not Lee Trevino. He said it, but John Daly. I was watching a thing on John Daly, and he's like, there's no reason just to overthink everything. You already have the line. You already know where you're going to hit it. Like, what's the reason? He's like, I never walk behind my putts. Just get up there, and once you have the line, hit it. Like, I'm good enough to get it close or hit it in. Just like trust it. And yeah, I definitely think he's an overthinker, and he definitely overthought a lot when Bryson won his U.S. Open the first time. He got in the lab and got bulky, and dude, his swing is super fast. He's got a lot of freaking speed. I mean, he's definitely grown on me over the last year or two, ever since he had like that huge blow up with Liv and everything. We're kind of just like, dude, like, I'm always for players getting the money when they can, because they only can play for a certain amount of years. Like, when you're hating on other people when they're not as successful as you've been, with how much money you've been given already, not been given, but he's earned it. He definitely earned it. But like, there's only a few people that earn that much money. Like, the rest of them are just like trying to survive. And golf is at the bottom is such a difficult game to
Yeah, yeah.
play if you
I
aren't
mean,
winning.
definitely. And I think even with the Texas Children's right now, it's like you're seeing a lot of those players that kind of got the shining star from the Netflix series,
Mm.
right? It's like Sahith Tagala throws his club last weekend. I mean, literally launches it, right? I mean, his girlfriend went to TikTok and was like, "Yeah, that's not him." It's just like, dude, just leave it alone. Like, don't look. No one is faulting him for his actions. It's a part of the game, and
Yeah.
especially when I think you're like the people's expectation of what they want to see from Sahith is like just so astronomical with the
Oh
way he
yeah.
came into the scene. He probably feels it, and it's the same thing with Tony Finau, right? It's the same thing with Tony Finau right now. It's like, bro, you're so talented, and yet you put a stick in your hand when you're on the green, and you don't know what you're doing. You might as well
Dude,
just
yeah.
miss every green in regulation and just chip it in because that's, I mean,
Right. I've never seen someone use so many putters than Tony Finau. Like
yeah.
it's wild. It's
Hmm.
crazy because of usually there's
Agrees
like,
everything.
dude, and they're like weird ones, and I'm just like, what? It's like a Bryson DeChambeau with the putters. But before we jump into the Houston, is it Houston
Oh,
Shriners?
I was just mentioning, but yeah, it's the children or the Texas Children's,
Texas Children's. That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
Texas
But
Children's Houston Open.
so
But
last
yeah,
week was the Valspar. They're back in Florida for the last. I think it was the last tournament in Florida at the Copperhead course, where I think they have like the snake pit.
yeah,
Um, and that one I didn't watch too much of, but dude, the leaderboard brings back like 2 to 3 year vibes. Like Victor Hovland won, Justin Thomas second. Like Justin Thomas played well. Uh, and then after that, I don't know really anybody. Bridgman, Hassoon, Horschel, Billy Horschel played okay. He was fourth place, but so Victor Hovland, I got to talk about this. So I'm someone that always notices gear. I notice shoes. I notice clubs, gloves, hats, sponsors, whatever it is. I'm always that person. That's just what I notice when I look at people, especially in the golfing world, because it's really the most important thing. Um, Victor, when he was successful for like forever, however long it was, like 2 to 3 years, where he just kept on climbing and kept on reaching. He was rocking the Nike Roche Detours.
I knew you were gonna bring it up. I knew you
Dude,
were.
he was rocking those, right? And like he was killing it. I think he actually won didn't he win the FedEx Cup like a few years ago?
Yeah,
So like he was on top of the world. And then he started rocking the Puma shoes that didn't have much traction. Nothing against them. I mean, to each their own, but like he wore a few different brands of the Puma shoes. He might have went to a few other ones. But this last tournament, the Valspar, I noticed that he was rocking the G Tours again. And I'm like,
yeah.
well, I'll be. Well, look at that. Would
The
you look
Roche.
at that?
I know.
Would you
I
like
know.
that video? Would you look at that?
Yeah,
Like, are
still in
you
there. Look
serious, dude? Like, like I couldn't believe it. I was like, dude, you're doing good. And look at this. You're rocking these shoes again. And I'm that kind of person where like honestly, if I can wear one shoe that I could be happy with is just the G Tours. So comfy,
yeah,
great looking shoe. Like they match. They have so many different options that you can match them with, and they
yeah.
just look great. Um,
They
but
were
I was
hella
surprised they
comfortable.
made the move.
I
But yeah,
remember. They were hella comfortable. I remember those shoes. But to your point, right? Like, yes, he went back to those. He went back to the double pump for the draw, and the single, just the full swing for the cut. I mean, I like it. I mean, he's just going back to the roots of what worked. And I mean, dude, his driving distance has increased by I think 8 yards this season. His greens and regulation has gone up by 10%.
yeah.
Like he's doing really well. I think he just went back to what worked,
But
you
like,
know?
why would he even leave? I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like he was at the top of like the world, besides of course winning a major. And if you're still moving up, there, in my opinion, you're still moving up. You're still doing everything that you have been doing. Why change? Do you think he was just like not satisfied with how quickly he was doing well? Because like
I think
he
it's
was
just
doing
the
good.
pressure. I think it's the pressure of staying consistent, like at that level, right?
Hmm.
So it's like if you're analyzing every little thing, if you're like, man, I had 21 putts where I could have had 18. It's like let me
Mm,
go take a look at my putting stroke. And then it's like when your coach is kind of in your head, obviously they're getting in your head because of your doubt of like, man, I don't feel comfortable over this,
Yeah.
right? You constantly have that question of why, or I need to sink it. So it's unnecessary pressure that's, created by us and the game itself.
Yep.
And I think that's where for him, he was like, I need to keep performing at this, but golf is a golf is a vicious bitch, and it's going to continue to press you no matter what. And even when you feel like things are good, it takes one shot to make everything just trample. We've all been there where it's like we've all been there where you're coming into 9 at like even 2 under. You're like, dude, I'm on track to like have my best round, or I haven't lost this ball. Let's make it simpler. I haven't lost this ball.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, just like
Gone.
you hit a great shot.
And it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. It's too high. What do you mean it's gone? It's gone. I knew you'd appreciate that one since you're an Indians fan.
That's great.
But
it's too high. What?
Yeah. Still, it's something like that, and then it gets between the ears, and all of a sudden you're done. You're like, what did I do? I put the same swing on it. It's like,
yeah. I mean, like
one
good example right now, Max Homa, dude. Like he was at the top of the world. He was moving up, like Ryder Cup, President's Cup. He was at the top of the world, and here we go again. My little equipment stuff. Well, he's getting rid of Titleist. He's getting rid of FootJoy. Now he's rocking, I think it's obviously Lululemon, which is probably a solid brand, but
Puma shoes.
No, not the Puma shoes. That's what I'm thinking at least. Cobra
irons, yeah, or Cobra like, irons.
They got to be paying you a lot of money, dude. And I mean, is the money worth it now? Like now I'm sure he's got the buyer's remorse going, where he's like, whoa, like I didn't expect to be here. I mean, no one expected him to struggle as much as he had. Like it kind of reminds me of the what was it? The Sunday conversation with Caleb Presley. What was the clip? Oh, it's probably one of my favorite lines that he said. He's like, a lot of people mention that you don't like working weekends, and he's like, especially when it comes to major events, because he never makes a cut or something like that. We're like, he's like, can you talk about that? It's just like, yeah, I don't like working weekends or something like that, because he obviously never makes the cut for he didn't make the cut at least up to that point of the interview, but the way he said it was amazing. I obviously butchered it, but it was along those lines. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. It was along the lines.
All good. I was just gonna say, I took a look at his stuff on Golf WRX when the multi-deal came out. Like his irons, the MB irons that he has or CB irons that he has, like they look like Titleist. Like, and that's the other thing, that a lot of these guys, they want to see that same familiar look that they've been playing their whole life, but I think with the different perimeter weighting that goes within like the new F9, I think that's where he's getting hurt, because a lot of his drives are a little bit higher, they're a little balloony, they're not kind of in the same spot that he would get with the Titleist. But also when he tries to shape the ball, it's kind of sporadic, and I think it has a lot with that perimeter weighting. But also, he's a new dad too, dude. Like,
I know, but he's been a dad for like over a year or two, dude. I mean, like, come on, dude. And he's not, and I'm sure he can afford a nanny, where he's good if needs be, to sleep through the night if he needs to.
True, but it's like also at the same time, I think we both know that these are pivotal times to be with the kids. To kind of.
So you think he's just not playing well, so he can come home on the weekend, so he can hang out with his family?
It could be, man. It could be. I mean, with the deal with Lululemon to at least get on there, it could be. It's not like he's not relevant. I mean, this is probably his worst start he's had in a while, but there's still a lot of golf to be played. There's still a long
cover a PGA Tour 2K as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, he's chilling right now. Maybe his priority is not so much of like, yeah, I don't want to play the weekend.
Don't tell him to his sponsors, dude. Don't tell him to his sponsors.
I volunteer his tribute.
Right? Dude, I just little pivot here. I just saw this what's it called? I forget what the YouTube channel is, but these two guys and they make a crap load of shorts. And I just watched one and they're making fun of the whole I volunteer as tribute thing. And he goes like they're like best friends. He goes, "Hey dude, if you get called, I'll volunteer for you." I'll step in. He's like, "Really, dude? Seriously?" It's like, "Yeah, dude, I got you. I love you, man. Oh man, thanks, dude. I love you." And he goes, "I got my name like 40 times in there." He's like, "What? I was hungry, dude. We needed bread. I was hungry." He's like, you're serious right now? Like, yeah, dude. They call his name and he's like, "Hello, say something. You're gonna volunteer." Like, "No, dude, I'm not doing that. You didn't tell me that you put your names in like 40 times. Like, come on, say something. He's gonna volunteer for me." "No, I'm not. No, nope, you're on your own, dude."
Wasn't that like the parody of like so it was Hunger Games, but did they call it Starving Games though?
Oh, it wasn't that. It was like an actual
Oh,
YouTube
was it?
like
Okay.
group. Yeah, these two guys
Okay.
do like a lot of these shorts,
That's funny.
but anyway, so back to golf itself, but different. Same, but different. The
Same, same.
golf league. Did you watch any of the championship where you had was it New York versus Atlanta Drive? Did you watch any of that?
No, because I was flying back from Orlando, so I missed it. And on Monday I was what did I do Monday? I think I was struggling to fall asleep on Monday. I could have watched it, but I
Well, it
didn't.
was I only watched I think a day and a half of
And I
it.
just
I
want
didn't
to
watch the whole
I
thing.
just want to add something to that too. Like hotel TVs suck now. Like
Uh,
standard cable TV is just boring, but it's like I would never sign into my Netflix account or my
Dude, what's
Disney
the
Plus.
point of that? Like, you seriously think I'm gonna put my code in here? Like, okay, was it nice try, Diddy? Is like the thing
Yeah,
that everyone's like saying,
right.
like,
Like I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm just gonna take my laptop, do my thing. But dude, I it was impossible to find anything. I mean, even when I was in Vegas, like
eh,
I I, I literally just went to the entertainment section. It was like YouTube, and I just watched like YouTube golf pretty much every day
right?
when I had a minute. That
Oh,
was it.
dude, that's wild.
Hotels
But
need to figure it out, dude.
yeah, no, I know what you mean. Especially now with how like spoiled we are. We're like all of our things now. They have like the guides and stuff, and now these don't have guides. They just maybe tell you like what it is on the top of the screen, and then you don't know what's on, what you're watching, and especially
I
if it's during a
mean,
commercial.
honestly, at this point, it's like, why don't all the streaming services just do a corporate like
You would
subscription
think. You
to
would
where if you're in
think,
a hotel, it's just like here, have access to our account, right? Like
right?
there you go. All these rooms are filled all the time, and I mean, even here's the crazier thing. I just found a binky. Here's the other thing. Even being as close to Disneyland as I was in Orlando, like why doesn't the Hyatt have a Disney Plus account? Explain that to me, please.
It's a great question.
Yeah,
It's pretty stupid that they don't, but
go ahead to
you
your
would
point.
think.
Yeah,
You were
I
good.
go
No, no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say. I mean, I watched it and it was entertaining. I like it because it's quick. I like it because you watch someone as slow as Patrick Cantlay, and he has 40 seconds to take a shot, and he takes it within 20, and you're like, you can do it. You can. I knew you can. Like, come on. But at the same time, like, it was cool. It wasn't like you could watch the regular season MLB and then you watch playoffs and it's like, okay, this is sick, or like any sport that gets more intense when you're watching playoffs. It didn't really seem like there's much of a difference between regular season and playoffs, especially with the teams that were playing. Didn't really feel that. Even with the fans there, wasn't really doing too much. But one thing that I did see that was kind of cool that was a little, it's PG or the golf league related, is a lot of these YouTubers now they're bringing out this stuff like Busted Jack, was Bob Does Sports? Did they get on there? Someone
No,
else
it
did like
was yeah, Bob. No, no, not Bob Does Sports. It was like Barstool was on there.
Barstool. Yeah, they did all
Um,
these videos at the actual event thing, which would be
well,
freaking sick.
good was on there too.
Yep,
But it
yep,
was
that's
like
who. Yeah,
I was gonna say Busted Jack and their match. It was Busted Jack and
it was with Fat
Fat
Perez.
Perez. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a good one. Like
yeah.
I
No, I mean it was
watched
interesting.
that.
I'd be so cool to try that out. I mean, but yeah,
At
I
my
mean,
work
yeah,
event, one of the big company sponsors had a they so at the hotel that I was at there's golf simulators. I called you and told you that there's golf
yeah.
simulators downstairs. So they did it closest to the pin, and I'm still waiting to hear back, but I think I won some AirPods because it was a 150-yard shot, Top Golf style, to like the yellow thing. And so I watched like two people go. They couldn't even get the ball off the ground. And like first shot with like just a smooth punch 8-iron, didn't even know the number, just knew the target. It like hit like this like little 2-yard draw, dude. It was like on the pin, like inside the small inner circle. And the guy's like, well, you just locked this thing up. He's like, you're the third guy, and you did on the first ball. And then I hit another one, and I make a virtual hole in one. And the guy's like, yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to get closer. Only the first one counts. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. No worries, man.
Oh, no way.
And then I put it
No
down.
way.
And I put it down. Everyone's like, you play golf? And I was like,
Never.
never played.
What is this? What is
I
this
was like,
thing?
I never played in my life. I used to just hit walnuts when I was a kid. It was so good.
That
But
is awesome.
I'm waiting to hear back from their marketing person to see if I get them.
Yeah, I'd hit them up, be like, "Yo, you're not getting away with this. I know I won. I don't
Yeah.
believe you. I'm going to take you to court if you tell me that someone else won. There's no way."
Right. Exactly.
Did you by any chance see the new duels? Did you see that popped up? So this is wild. Live Golf came out with this new thing. I think it's like in like a week, next weekend, I think actually. Live announces a creator scramble format with the following teams. 2 teams.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I saw
You got
that Grant
Sergio
Horvat.
Garcia, George Bryan, Bubba
Mm-hmm.
Watson, Luke Kwan, Waco Neiman, Rick Shields, Phil, and obviously Grant Horvat,
Yep.
DJ and Wes Bryan, and Cam Smith and Fat Perez.
That's an interesting one. That last one, because
Well, I mean, think about it. Cam Smith. I just thought about this right now while reading it. Cam Smith and Fat Perez. Their hair, dude. It's the flips. Their hair is like
yeah,
exactly the same. Like I feel
makes
like that
sense.
they went with the flow or something like that, But yeah, dude, what do you think about that? I think 250K prize pool.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, think about this though. A lot of people are already speculating, like Wes Bryan, PGA Tour member, he's playing a live event. I wonder
Yeah,
how PGA Tour is about that. And I'm
I
sure he doesn't
mean,
really care, if they are mad or not. But
if he gets paid out, this is the best time to do it.
mm-hmm.
Just get into the new season and just say screw it. Like you could actually literally have your filming crew follow you for these
Mm-hmm.
events and just make videos high level.
Dude,
So
yeah.
I would take it. I would take it if I were him.
Well, I would too. I mean, I'd be like, oh, there, I'll see you. Yep, let's go.
Yeah.
What does last
Okay.
place get? Just curious. What does last place get?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like
just
happy
want.
7,000. Give me one of them big checks or something.
Yeah, I want one of those. He's got one.
They're gonna send them out in a week. No, I want it right now. The guys looking all confused, like,
I don't
who
have
is
any
this
checks
guy?
to give.
Yeah, exactly. This is so funny. Did you
Okay,
imagine?
so
Hold on, do you remember in what's the movie with Will Ferrell and they're part of the Tropic basketball team?
semi-pro.
Semi-pro, right? And he gives that guy the big
Oh,
ass check that's dead, and he goes, "They won't accept it. They won't accept it." And he's like, "You got to take it to one of the big banks."
big check banks. Well, the best he goes, here's a check, and it says $10,000. He says it says no, like, and it was like a few months later, he goes, hey, here's your $10,000. Just kidding. It's actually like 2,000, but it's a little bit part of my bonus. And
Yeah, exactly. At the end, this is so good, dude.
but anyway, you last week were in, was it Orlando?
Orlando.
You got to play the happiest place on turf with rental clubs. How's that?
Oh, dude! Right when I saw there was a bunch of sets that were already sitting there for people, and I started just kind of looking. I was like, okay, cool, tailor-made QI10s, right? And the bag person who greets you at the front was like, he's like, oh, cool. He's like, do you have your club, sir? And I was like, I don't. He's like, he looked at me and was like, I don't think we're gonna have anything that is gonna be able to handle you. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, you look like you could swing it. And I was like, I appreciate that. And I was like, well, what do you guys have? He goes, like I said, he's like, you need stiff? And I was like, yeah. He goes, the lightest we got is like 50 gram stiff with like a night, like I think it's an 87 gram KBS max shaft. And I was like, okay. And so then So then I go inside, but then he goes, but then he tells me, he's like, go to the range, go hit him, and he's like, just ask the pro if they'll switch out some of the shafts for you. He's like, I think they got extra shafts.
Mm.
I go over there, I go ask the pro. The pro says, oh no, you need to talk to the bad guys. The bad guys will do it for you. It's like this super nice old man, but he looks like, so it was funny. My bag was named Grumpy, but he looked like Grumpy from the Snow
Oh,
White.
no way.
Swear. But he goes, he's like, the shafts we got in there is all we got. He's like, we're not going to switch anything out because that means we have to pull it from the fitting cart. And I was like, makes sense. I was like, cool, okay. So I go over to the range and like, dude, literally the first 10 balls I hit, because the clubs are short, I'm topping them all, just like 30 yards roll out into the pond, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I'm laughing, and the guy next to me ends up playing in front of me, and he goes, he's like, he looks over at me, and he just goes, I've never seen somebody so happy for topping their ball, and I was just like, I'm just here like I'm here for work, but this is like a vacation day, so I'm just trying to have some fun. He goes, well, keep that positivity. I'm like, it's the happiest place on turf. Like, I got to, you know. Anyways, I figured it out. First hole, I drive this monster drive, but I'm playing the ball like off my back foot and just trapping everything, little draws. But it was good. I mean, it was all QI 10, driver through hybrid, and then I had the Q irons 5 iron through sand wedge, and then I had a tailor-made Tour GX or GTX putter, which it looked like a Phantom, and it was. I mean, it was muddy, but those greens were fast, fast. So I was
What'd you
like,
shoot
okay,
again?
I shot 74.
Dude, imagine showing up across the country, like from coast to coast,
Oh yeah,
and you're probably tired, don't know your environment, never played at this course before, borrowing a random set of clubs from, let's just say, an old geezer. It's not even say you rented from the actual place itself. Like they're just like they're whippy because you're for you and you're sweet. And you're like, yeah, I shot 2 over.
yeah.
Like everyone else would like be like, I could pay my clubs for like 2-3 years and not shoot a 2 over on a
Yeah.
course that I play every day, you know. And yeah, Don Julio's pretty impressive. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. It's an easy game. It's an easy game. So
It's funny. I met this guy who actually was from Fresno.
of
Um,
course that usually happens on like the
right?
craziest of trips, you know.
Yeah. And so he used to work in the wine business in Fresno, and like he did some stuff to kind of help with the agricultural studies at Fresno
As I
State.
say, yeah.
And so, like, we were just sitting there, and like, dude, sickest bag I've ever seen. He had a Blue Monster vessel bag, first and foremost. Caught that. He had a Blue Monster vessel bag, I think, and then he had like some tailor-made irons with some 90 or some 790s. Dude, the guy rips a power cut like I've never seen. I mean, low, like missile. And when he connected, like that thing went. But we were just out there having fun. Eventually, he and I like we downed like I think between the two it was like six transfusions, like double shotted transfusions. So we were having some fun. His name was Josh, super cool dude. Like all he does is golf. Like he manages some apartment building now, something like that, and all he does is golf. Just living the dream. Plays
Yeah.
like the best courses, man. I'm just like, he's 26 years old.
The kid's got a whole life ahead of him.
Oh, dude. I thought he was like 33 and he goes, try again. I was like, and then I kind of was going to say something up. He goes, no, I'm 26. And I was like, get out of here. What?
That's like the joke with like Browns fans. It's like you have like a grandpa, and it's like this is Mike. He's 24 years old, and he's a Browns fan.
Yeah. Keep hoping things are going to turn around.
Yeah.
The only turning for the Browns is down is down the toilet.
Dude. Yeah. There's a lot of Browns jokes. That's for sure. I mean,
I know.
but yeah. So I got in a nine holes at the little local place over by me, Park 3 course. Apparently, every Thursday night they have like it's traditionally like a best ball, 2 men best ball. And my neighbor across the street hit me up last minute. I was like, hey, like, you want to go with me? And I was like, sure, let's go. Um, one of the first times with my Vodas, and fortunately it's very short, so it's all just pretty much wedges except for like one or two of the holes that are maybe like a 9 and an 8 depending on the wind. But dude, first shot, just peered it. I think I was like the first one in my group to go, and I was just like, they're like, oh wow, you're pretty good. Because not only that, but I was recording it, so I had like my 4K camera like right there, and I was like holding it and everything. And they're like, "Oh, this guy looks like he must be pretty legit." Um, First shot, I was like, "Yeah, right, that's right, you dang straight." And then I missed my 5-foot putt for birdie. I was like, "Yeah," I came back to reality pretty quick. Um, and I think we ended up shooting. We shot terrible, dude. We were like 6 over. We like the greens were slow, like very long, very choppy, really bumpy. The highlight of it, though, besides that first shot from me, I think I drained like a 20+ foot par putt, or bogey. No, it was a bogey putt. It saved us from getting a double bogey. But it was just like you can just watch the ball just do goo 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 like
Yeah,
all the way over, and somehow I
crazy.
just drained it. It was fun, cool experience, but uh, well, I think it was the first time I ever played like a best ball kind of a tournament, and my neighbor loved him to death. He's pretty good on the short game, but we did not help each other out at all. Like when I did bad, like he did bad. When I did good, we are like whatever we did it equally. Like it was never like I had a bad hole, he had a good hole, he had a good hole, I had a bad hole, like that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Um, Good time though. Definitely want to do it again. But and also the one cool thing about the new one at 41, not new, but that course over there, now on their tee boxes they have a mat. So it's like a legit golf mat that they have. What do you call it? Like a turf piece of turf, but it's not just like sitting there randomly. They actually have
Yeah.
like a whole what do you call it? Like a concrete foundation for all of these.
Oh,
And
nice.
so it actually looks a lot better than it used to, because the other ones were like, how bad some of those tee boxes can go on like
Yeah.
those little par 3 courses. Um,
Was that at
but
Riverside?
no, this is the one off of 41. So a little 9 hole with like the driving range right there. Oh wait, no, was it? No, was it Riverside? It used to be Riverside. That's what you started.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
River Walk. It was like River
River Walk. Okay.
something like that, right? Or River Park. River Park. I think it was called River Park.
Yeah, the one that's right below the St. Jude's,
Yep,
right?
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. They changed it to Valley Center Golf. I think something like that. New ownership or whatever
Fancy.
a few years ago. But fun time, good experience. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been out for a full round, and I know you're leaving soon. I know we were hoping to get something in this weekend, but it is not looking like it. Um,
Yeah. The six should still be fine. I don't think I'm going to San Diego anymore.
okay,
Um,
okay. I'll
yeah.
see what we're doing
I
that
don't,
weekend.
marketing doesn't seem to have the budgets per se, but I'm like, dude, you guys spent a lot for me to go in the last two events, so I'm like, I could use a break. I get it.
Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him no.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to go, like, I'm taking the kids and Isis with me, and they can go to San Diego Zoo or something. But it's, yeah, would have been nice. I did leave out a pretty funny part of the story during the round.
Uh-oh.
So we were playing with two 16-year-old kids from Minnesota, from
Oh
Minnesota.
man, those accents. Oh, I got some
Yeah,
cousins from there.
yeah. And so there's this one kid. He's the kid who catches me on 18. No, yeah, on 18 when I hit it like over the tree and then it slung back around, that video that I sent you.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yep, yep.
and he was like, I hit it, and you hear him. He's like, oh fuck, right? Like he thought it was like gone. So he was kind of struggling hitting the clubs, and we're on number 13. Like we're on the 13th hole, and the group ahead of us. I just dropped a bomb into them. Like I didn't think I was gonna reach him, but I mean, it rolled up probably 20 yards of the green. It was,
Really?
yeah, and they weren't even on the green yet. So my ball carried where they were at and it just ran forward. So there was a dad and a son that were there that were already pissed off about that. But then they're exiting the green, and this kid Ryan, hits the shot, dude. We're all yelling "Fore" at the top of our lungs, dude. It lands like, I kid you not, it lands a foot away from just squaring the dad in the head. So he's all pissed off now, right? He's all pissed off. He's yelling at the kids, and of course, I came up and I was like, "Hey, like, calm down." We all yelled "Fore," like it wasn't intentional. And he's like, "You've been hitting into us all day, and this and that." He's like, "I'm out here with my 6-year-old kid." He's like, "He has etiquette," and I'm like, "These aren't even my kids." I was like, "We're all just out here having fun." So I make my birdie on the hole, and I start walking over to the tee box. Then he gets out of his cart and he's like, "Can I help you with something, sir?" And I was like, "Don't give me." I literally was like, "Don't give me this sir crap." I was like, "Look, man, it was not intentional. Like the drive definitely was not intentional." But I said, "If anything, you should just tip your hat." I said that was like a 300. That was like almost a 400-yard bomb I just hit on top of you guys, right? With rental clubs. Then I said, "I got two kids who are just out here having fun because mom and dad are doing their own thing. Like, I can't speak for them, but I was like, you're not going to disrespect them. They have no idea. They're just young men." I was like, "We've all been there, right?" But I said, "We did the respectful thing by yelling Fore. It's not my fault that your music in your cart is too loud, right?
Oh, heavy. Okay,
Or
wow.
yeah, or your hearing aid isn't high enough." Like I literally said, and he's like, "I'm not even that old for your hearing aid." I was like, "Well, the fact that I'm still having to yell at you and you're still like kind of turning your head to listen," I said, "Something isn't right." I was like, "Maybe an ear wash is in your future." So then he's like, "You don't gotta be a dick about it." I was like, "Look, the whole courtesy and like politeness went after you started cursing us out when it's not intentional." So I said, "You guys," I said, "that group is right in front of you. I already made my birdie. The other guys are coming, so make sure you apologize to those kids," because I said they're just kids. Sure enough, what does he do? We pull up, he walks over and he kind of looks at me, and I was like, "Just do the right thing. You like just do the right thing." And he goes over there and shakes the kid's hands. He's like, "I'm sorry I yelled at you guys." And I was like, "Good job, Dad. Good job."
Just feel like what the guy in the what's that clip on the airplane? I want to shake your hand. I want to
Yeah, yeah.
shake your hand.
I just want to shake his hand. I
Just
just
so awkward. It's like I don't even know you, dude. Like, leave me alone.
yeah, dude. It was like, and again, it was a little bit of the alcohol that kind of was like there, but I'm like, you're like, dude, these are just kids. Like when we were 16, do you know what I would give to go and play golf like this on a vacation?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they're just out here having fun. I was like, and they're lucky they got paired up with someone like me. And Josh, if it was some older dudes who are just like, "Oh my God, these kids are everywhere," while they're shooting 90 something too, it's like, who fucking cares? We're just trying to have fun. And that's
Mm-hmm.
all that it was. And it was just like the funniest part was like this guy's wearing cargo shorts. He
Oh
probably he,
no.
prob- he probably weighs like a buck 75 wet, right? The guy's a needle. Then then he has high black ankle socks, like I
No.
mean like the calf socks, right? with like a fuchsia pink tucked in shirt.
Goodness.
I'm like, "Okay, dude, relax, bro. Like I know you're trying to keep up with like your kids maybe style, but I was like, kids haven't dressed like that since 2014. So calm down, man."
No way, man. You should have got a picture. That would have been
Oh,
that would
dude,
have
it
been
was
epic, dude.
it was so funny. And then he didn't rub in all of the sunscreen
Oh
like
no.
all the way, so he had like white streaks on his arms, and he had it kind of like underneath his cheeks. Dude, you know what? That's the other thing. I did not realize how brutal that sun is in Florida. I wore all black on like a overcast day, and like I could feel the humidity just boiling me. I was I was drenched. Anytime the sun came out, I'm like, "No, go away, go away."
What was it like the bench warmers when he sticks his hand
Yeah.
out? Ah!
I'm melting. But yeah, man, overall it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it. Um, I just was thinking. I even was telling the guy that I was riding with. I was like, I even told myself, bring your GoPro, bring your GoPro, and I didn't bring my GoPro. So
Oh
yeah,
my
man.
gosh. Well,
Other than that, I don't know what else. What else is going on in golf right now? I mean, we're 2 weeks away from the Masters, so everyone's going to be calling out sick for work.
Yeah, yeah. Get the guy, build up those hours so you have them ready.
I'm
Get.
just I'm like itching to like play my clubs.
Oh, right. I'm sure.
I
I'm
want to go
sure.
play golf so
Well, I only
bad.
went at my clubs. I was shot a 5 under. This sucks. Oh,
Yeah.
this course is.
Well, I want to start. I want to start my shooting under challenge
Dude, I
from
want to see it.
every
I
tee
want to see
box.
it.
It's like I'm even thinking like I'm already envisioning. I'm like, okay, we're gonna see if we can shoot under for 9 holes from every tee box, right? Well, then once we get to like the blues, then we'll do from a full 18, right? And so I'm like, we have the junior tees that are up there, so I'm like, I'm gonna play from those. I'll be done with that by 9, then
I'm
back
still
9.
stuck on the dang Reds
Yeah,
after 3 rounds.
play. Then I'm
Ah.
gonna go do the reds after that, and then it's the whites, and then it's the blues and the blacks. So
That'll
I'm
be
just
eight. If you get it going, that'd be great. I mean,
I've just been itching to do it. Like that's the thing. And like my buddy Corey's like, dude, I'll film it for you, bro. Like he's it's kind of like grandma's boy where he's like, dude, I'll go to Looney Bin with you, man. Frankenstein.
I don't give a fudge.
Yeah. You know why they
uh,
call it the Frankenstein? Because then
yep.
you just lock your
Such a great movie.
dude.
That's a classic. That'd be sick. I know. We definitely need to get around in soon.
Yeah.
But we'll talk that offline. But I feel like it's a good spot to end the pod now. I know we have the Houston Children's Open right now, and that one's going. And I feel like these ones are just basically tune-ups for the Masters coming up. I know a lot of people were talking about, at least that I watched this morning, we're talking about how they're trying to mentally prepare for the Masters, people that are eligible for it. Yeah, I mean,
Is
this is
this
our
one of
first.
those? Is this one of those tournaments too, where if you win, like you qualify to potentially get in, or if you?
So I don't know exactly how that the whole all of the ways you can enter the Masters works, but I do recall the tournament. There was what was the Honda Classic? What is it now? It's the one with the bear trap. They play at PGA National in Florida. What was that one called again? Now it's the Cosnet Classic or whatever. They had it
Yeah.
just before the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Okay.
Joel Highsmith won that. The lefty who used to play at Pepperdine. He wears like the bucket hat. That's why I remember him. Not many people rock that. Kind of like the Joel Damon
Yeah.
Joel Damon, what he rocks. And one of the interviewers after it was like, so now that you won a tournament this year, now you're eligible for the Masters. How do you feel about that? So I don't know if that's for like every tournament, that if you win a tournament in that season leading up to it, you're automatically invited. But if that is, well, then I would assume it's great. But at the same time, you're playing all the top golfers. It's not like everyone left after a tough tournament 1 week, taking a week off, So you got Scheffler's, you got all the top guys there. So it's a tough one to win. And actually, one stat that I think was actually kind of crazy is Tony Finau has played the most under par rounds at this course over the last like 5 years. So if he wins, that'd be great. But I mean,
Who
yeah,
knows?
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. I mean, it's also kind of crazy too. I know we haven't really had too many people pop in, but just being live, it definitely adds a little bit more of, I don't know about you, but a little anxiousness with the.
I actually completely forgot about it. I've been staring at the Four Dads logo.
Yeah, right. Pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. But that'll do it for the episode this week. Hopefully, we'll be able to meet next week. Depends on kids, family, work, and stuff like that. But thank you guys for watching. For everyone that has, and I'll be posting this up to the Golfer Gang Network. Again, shout out to them for having us join them. We had a decent amount of people watch our last podcast, and hopefully they're itching for another one. And hopefully they watch this one. But don't forget to stay fly and go low. And we'll hopefully see you guys next week.
Peace.
All right, let's see. Do we still stay here?